Javon, a lot of familiar faces are still on the Southern Miss offense that you guys saw in 2020. What do you remember from that game and how they played, and what can you take into Saturday's game?
First of all, I can say that up front they got a lot of size. So I mean, that's basically the big thing that I remember from those guys from a couple years ago. And I don't really remember too much. Just I actually just got to go out there and watch the film and just get out there and just play ball and do what we know we can do and just go out there. They do have some good receivers out there that can go up and get the ball at high pointed, but also we do too here. So it's nothing that we haven't seen before. So.
Javon, how do you prepare for their Wildcat formations, which they love to run, as we saw from last year?
Playing our defense. We're a defense that pride ourselves running from sideline to sideline. So no matter you got a pocket passer back there, Wildcat guy, it doesn't matter. We just got to play Liberty ball.
Since you've been at Liberty, you've only opened on the road once, and that was in 2020 at Western Kentucky. Is it nice to open on the road and kind of get that out of the way, that process out of the way of how to go on the road and play?
Yes, it's actually a different mindset when you go on the road, and plus it's week one that you're on the road too. So it's really those kind of things where you got to really actually lock in and know that you're going on the road is not just to have fun; it's a business trip. So being able to lock in and just keep the same energy, keep the same process that you've been doing all week, and just going out there to make sure we can go out there and execute the game plan that the coaches has put in front of us for the past 4 or 5 days or whatever preparation that we've been doing for that week. So just going out there, it's always going to be a challenge. The first week is a away game too. Got a lot of young guys too. So just going out there and just making sure we stay prepared and stay focused throughout the day. And even on Saturday all the way up to a game day, kickoff at 6.
It seems like ever since 2019, it seems like there's multiple times throughout the year you guys are having to prepare for multiple quarterbacks. Is that the same thing that you guys are doing this week, even though it seems maybe like Ty Keys might be the starter, but you're preparing if they're going to play multiple guys?
No, we're just going out there and perfecting what we do as a defense. It's just that simple. We have to worry about us. We can't worry about exactly what everybody else is doing too. So, like I said, we got a lot of young guys, a lot of new guys playing different positions. So we just got to go out there and just make sure we perfect our game as a Liberty defense and not worry too much about the outside noise or the outside factors. Worry about what we're doing and making sure each 11 players just do their job and make sure they're sound and physical while they're doing it.
Javon, Freeze and the other coaches, they have nothing but amazing things to say about y'all on defense. From your perspective, what excites you the most about your defense this year?
Like I said, the speed of our defense. So we sideline to sideline. It don't matter who you got, who's back there, what you got, what offensive plays. It doesn't matter. I promise you this. It's going to be 9 to 10 to 11 guys that run that ball every single time. So just to answer your question, just the speed of the defense and the physicality that we bring sideline to sideline every play.
How excited are you for your first FBS game?
This is like my fourth, but here at Liberty now, I'm real excited for it. It's my first time being able to rep my city, so I'm just going in it locked in, trying to put the best tape out there.
At Campbell, when you played FBS games, you went on the road. Troy, here last year.
Coastal.
What type of mindset do you take going onto a road knowing it's going to be a hostile environment?
I just go on that road, and my mindset is really just to be locked in, be myself, know that all that outside noise, the fans talking to you, it don't really matter. You go out there and you perform, you do what you do, execute, and they'll start to quiet down. But, yeah, just real locked in,
Caleb, it was at this time last year you came to Williams Stadium and you scored on Liberty, and now you're on this Liberty team. What's going through your mindset right now?
Honestly, I never would have really thought I would have been here if I look back, last year. But right now, it's the same mindset. I just want to execute, play my best ball, be myself, do whatever it takes to win, and come out of Southern Miss with a win.
What's the competition like at wide receiver over camp?
It's good. We got a lot of guys that have been competing, making plays throughout camp, and yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We talk about Southern Miss's defense and how, despite all the injuries, they were still at the top of the country. How do you prepare for a defense like that, Caleb?
Well, I think that really we just, look at what they do and then we do what we do. We work on executing everything that we do, not really too, worried about them. We try to take their weaknesses and exploit them and, just do what we do and execute. If we do that, we should play Liberty football.
We had Brendan and X in here last week, and they talked about already preparing for Southern Miss and how they have to go back and watch film of all the transfers coming in to try to catch their nuances and tendencies in addition to scheme. Are you having to do the same thing with so many potential new faces Southern Miss going to have in the secondary?
It's I think the corners are pretty much the same. It's some other guys that transferred from some Power Fives that are playing DB, but really, man, those guys that'll be starting, yeah. But as a whole, really just looking at their defense, because it'll be the same. Their defense will be the same. It'll be new guys, but just seeing what they do and what we need to do to be successful. That's really all.
What did you see that they did well last year that you guys need to exploit?
I think that they do a really good job of just being athletic. They got some great athletes. I think that, if we just hone in on executing and doing our job, I think that we're really coached up really well. And when we do what we're supposed to do all the time, we're a hard offense to stop. So really just focusing on that, paying attention to the technique that their corners play, seeing the coverages before and during the play.
How much have you improved from where you were in the spring through the summer workouts and through camp?
Definitely really improved on my technique a lot. When I first got here, it was a learning curve for me, just learning all the technique and stuff. But, especially with the offense now, it's like I just need to see the signal one time. I got it. Back in the spring, it just took me a while to learn the offense, honestly. But, summer workouts, we've been grinding, me and all the guys. I've gotten better. I'm feeling really confident going into this first game.
How healthy are you in the first game?
100%.
What was it like when Charlie Brewer was announced as starter? Was that expected? And what's it been like these last last week and going into this week, getting more reps with him?
Yeah, I think that Charlie, he did a good job throughout camp. I think he deserves it. I'm happy for him, and just getting comfortable with him. Me and him have been throwing since we first got here, so I feel real confident with him on a personal level. He knows where to put the ball in certain situations. If a guy's playing this, or if he's trailing a little bit, he knows when to back shoulder really well. So I'm feeling really good about Charlie, and it's been really good like this last couple days through practice since he's been named the starter.
Those anticipation throws, are those good for a wide receiver to know you're going to look, the ball's going to be there, especially when there's a weak spot in the defense?
Yes, for sure. Like that can be the whole difference in a game. Personally, when I was at Campbell, me and Hodge, we had a really good relationship, and we were able to exploit some really good teams like JMU, Kennesaw State, and just being me personally, having that connection with a quarterback and knowing where the ball is going to be and when it's going to be thrown, it just makes everything a lot easier.
So since you two came at the same time, was it sort of like a bond that you guys worked together because you were so new and all?
Yeah, for sure. We actually we were roommates when we first got here, and that kind of helped too. And yeah, man, we just been working, and building that relationship over this 8 to 9 months that we've been here.
How beneficial is it to room with a quarterback to be able to go to a practice and then come back and if you two watch film together to pick his brain about things you need to do to make sure you're in the right spot for him?
No, it's really good. I think the biggest thing, being a roommate with a quarterback, you build a different type of relationship. It's different just coming into the facility and seeing a guy instead of going home every day. Having just hanging out, talking. I think that helped a lot. And then, when we'd be in the crib, we'd just be talking football, kind of, going through all the plays, telling each other, how we want to hear, what else. So I think it's really good.
You said you strengthened a couple of things with your game since you came to Liberty. What exactly did you strengthen?
I think attentiveness, my technique, just really, being able to, small details in route running that, I wasn't really taught before I came here. Just hustling every play, transition blocking, just a lot of things, a lot of small details that make a difference in games.